Hey folks, Quill18 here, bringing you just a very quick commentary on the latest patch. I'm not doing a full walkthrough. Watch me see if it has been doing a great job of that, and if you want to see a full breakdown of the patch, I bet if you watch his channel, he'll have one posted soon, hopefully. But I did want to talk about a couple of changes that affect my favorite characters directly, or mostly just one favorite character, Blitzcrank. Holy crap, I am so happy and so excited by this. Couple of things, actually three changes. One, they put a timer on his passive, which is Mana Barrier. Mana Barrier is if you get below, I think 20% health, you get a mana shield around you. It uses half your mana to make a shield around you that absorbs extra damage. And one of the big issues with that is it's pretty clutch passive for helping you to tank something, and not knowing if it was up, when it was going to be back up, makes it very, very difficult to sort of work around it. So there's going to be a timer on that now. I'm super excited, very, very happy. The other big change is his ultimate static field will now silence for 0.5 seconds. Now, pre-release of the game, his ultimate had a silence, and I think they took it away because it was too powerful. Now they're putting it back in. Now the patch notes don't specify if this is on the occasional lightning bolt proc, or if it's when he activates his ultimate and causes it to explode. I'm expecting that it's on the active. I'm sort of hoping it's on the active because then it will let you counter someone who's doing an ultimate, like Fiddles or Nunu or something like that. You know, you just pop your ultimate and cancel theirs. That would be pretty strong. On the other hand, if it's the random proc, then I can't remember how often it procs. It's been too long since I've played too many games with Blitz. I think it's every 2 seconds. Well, in a situation where you're one-on-one with another hero, 25% of the time they're going to be silenced, like for 25% of the fight. And that is pretty huge. Now, I mean, they will be able to unload spells between there, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm expecting it's on the active. The third thing they changed, and possibly the single greatest thing they changed, is Power Fist is no longer dodgeable. Power Fist is such a key spell for Blitz. If you can't stun someone on command with that, you're going to be in huge trouble. And what would happen, especially against, say, a Jax, is he would dodge that spell of yours time and time again. I mean, it's bad enough that he's going to have a high dodge rate against your auto attacks, but being able to dodge this thing was pretty harsh. And so I'm really excited about the fact that it's no longer dodgeable. Now, all of this is going to combine to making Blitzcrank really, really powerful. And some of you may when you faced a Blitzcrank, may hate facing a Blitzcrank because it's like, oh, he's OP, he gets so many easy kills, or something like that. The fact of the matter is, the only reason Blitzcrank is successful when he's successful is because he can catch people who fail at sort of getting out of the way of his grab. It happens to me all the time. I'm not criticizing, you if that's what's happening to you. I hate facing a Blitzcrank because his grab is a big pain in the ass. But the fact of the matter is, if you're smart, you can just avoid it completely. And he's supposed to be kind of tanky. I mean, he's certainly supposed to initiate fights, but he's also supposed to be kind of tanky. And the fact of the matter is, he was rather squishy. So all of these three changes make him far, far more durable because he can depend on the mana barrier more often. The AoE silence is going to be ginormous because Blitzcrank does die quite quickly in team fights, and this will make a huge difference. And the fact that he can reliably get a stun off on, say, a Jax or something like that is going to all come together to make him a lot more tough. I'm really excited about that. Probably going to be playing some more Blitzcrank soon, I hope. The other nice change that's come into the patch is with Corki. Mostly they're just tweaking his ultimate, and the biggest thing about this is they're going to be a counter letting you know how close to a big one you are, which I'm really excited about because that is just a big sort of quality of life improvement on Corki, rather than having to count out in your head and try to track when your next big one will be. It was an element that was really unreliable. So that I'm really, really excited about. There are a few other changes, but again, I don't want to go in depth on anything. The other thing I'm excited about is it looks like on Cho'Gath they fixed the bugs with his feast, which made it very, very difficult to feast at the higher levels. So I'm excited about that, and I had sort of stopped playing Cho completely for now because it was just too hard to be decent with them because the feast was just it was screwing up all the time. That was just too frustrating. So Let's see. Oh, the other thing I want to mention, just because I think it's ridiculous, on Evelyn, who sucks so much at higher levels. And some people disagree, and you know what? Maybe it's just I haven't complete knowledge. That's definitely the case. But my rebuttal to that might just be that you are having good luck, but because you're not yet past the bottom ELO levels, you're still sort of playing against people who are bad. And Evelyn against people who are bad is possibly the most overpowered character there is. Well, maybe Twitch, I don't know. But Evelyn against people who are good, she does not tend to do well. And what have they've gone? They've removed her base dodge. I don't understand. They need to do something to Evelyn. I don't know what, but wow, is that ever like a slap in the face to Evelyn players? Luckily, I am not one of them. And the final thing I want to note that I'm excited about is with Morgana. They have changed a couple of her spells, like her Dark Binding and her Soul Shackle, to do more damage up front, which is a big deal with Morgana because the problem is, against anyone who has Merc Treads, Morgana is unfairly punished because her Dark Binding is her snare, right? So Merc Treads will decrease the duration of the snare, which is good. And I think I'm going to have to pause this because... There we go. It decreases the duration of her snare, which is good, except that her snare deals damage over time, which means that not only is your Merc Treads reducing the crowd control effect, it's reducing the amount of damage that it's doing, which is unfair. So it was too punishing. Now Dark Binding will do all of its damage up front instead of over time. So that's a good improvement. And Soul Shackle is basically still doing damage up front and damage later on, but the AP scaling has been changed so it does more damage up front than before. And I think those are really two really positive changes for Morgana. I don't think it's going to change the balance too often. It's just going to prevent the situation where she was getting absolutely hosed by Merc Treads. She still kind of gets screwed because I think her Soul Shackle kind of bugs out with Merc Treads, but anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Looking forward to the servers coming back up. They're still busy as of when I'm making this video, but hopefully they'll be on soon, and we will go and kick some ass with our new heroes. Maybe someone will be playing the new champion. Crossing our fingers.